to the Caro Kirsch podcast. My name is Caro and I have a short video for you guys today. I found an unexpected time slot to film a short update because I wanted to upload a little bit more frequently, and now with my spinning every day, I actually have a ton of projects I kind of need to update you guys on. There won't be a ton of progress on each of these because most of them only have seen one stitching a session of progress, but I figure I'll just update in case you did not see my little reels, which I'm actually putting up here on YouTube, and I guess here they're called shorts, so not on Instagram as was my original plan, because I totally blanked out on the fact that YouTube has shorts. So yes, so that's what I'm going to show you, and let's just jump right in, right? Because I don't really have that much time. So the first project I would like to show you is actually the first one that got spun on my wheel, and that is Kakomu, which is Heaven and Earth Designs chart, and the artist is Margaret Morales. And yeah, as I said, I stitched on it once. Sorry, I have not everything laid out, and I did exactly 102 stitches on this. I'm stitching this piece on 32 count, 1/1 attend, and I highly doubt you're going to see anything. I think I worked one pretty pale color right up there. So yes, I'll try to find a before shot. And I hope the lighting's okay. Maybe I can boost this a little bit. Ugh. Yes. Because I'm a bit backlit today. Okay. So the next project that got spun was my Tomb Raider piece, which is a chart I made myself. I put the 3 front cover images of the Tomb Raider games together and through my charting software. And I started in the top right corner. Hang on, let me find, yes. And just worked a few more stitches in. I'm pretty sure I worked this one. I think all in all I did 516 stitches on this. And yeah, I enjoy working on this. This is a 25 count 2/1 tent. Then on day 3, we had a new start. As I said in my last episode, I started a piece together with Steph from Wild Fox Stitchery because she has that chart as well and was showing it in her plans for December that she wanted to start it. And then we decided to start it whenever my wheel would spin it, and we didn't have to wait at all. I don't have a printout for this one either, so let me pull it up quickly. There. So the piece we started is The Fool by Yuriko Shiro, charted by Thread Geeks. It's one of the charts I got on their sale that's currently going, where you can get 4 charts for the price of 2. Yes, and I decided to start this also on 25 count, and I'm stitching 1/1 full cross with DMC. And yeah, very exciting. I think I decided to do this one all the 310 first. So I'm going to do extreme cross country, or at least that's the intent. We'll see how long I'll fare. This is the entire piece. So I hope to fill that one just with a 310 first, because that's a good color that kind of flows together. There's like never huge jumps between one black stitch to the other. I guess like the furthest is like 10-15 stitches away. And yeah, I kind of clicked my way through the colors, and they all seem to then just gather around and build off the 310, at least the most used ones. So I think that's the way I'm gonna go for now anyways. And yeah, I had one session on this, and I put how many stitches? 526 stitches. So a decent start, especially for just one sitting. And I definitely want to put some more progress into this in December. Okay, and the next piece has, I think, seen 2 days worth of progress, but really just one, and then a tiny little bit last night because I came home super late and just kind of needed to wind down before going to bed. And that is a chart that I haven't really pulled out a whole lot lately, but I'm excited to start working on it again, and that is my current favorite, Pumpkin Spice Cottage, which is a chart from Gecko Rouge. I got the kit from them, and the artwork is by Kate Brazier. And yeah, I'm stitching this one together with Anna from the Alchemist Stitcher. And she started in the bottom left corner and has done now a big jump in her progress. She caught up to me, so we're both sitting at 10%. And I started in the bottom right corner and worked my way up to the house. So yes, let me just show you on the real piece. Show it. So yes, this is where I am. So the last time you saw this, I finished this page and the pumpkins, which was my goal for the fall. And yeah, I actually don't like switching the hoops, so I ended up going back down here, and I'm working on this page right now, even though it's quite a bit of confetti. But yeah, again, I just didn't want to move the hoop, even though I think the confetti will be less up there. But I think I just want to fill out this area before then moving up. So yay. Excited about that. So how many stitches did I do on this one? 546. Cool. Oh yeah, and this is also 25 count 1/1 full cross with DMC, as that is what Gecko Rouge provides with their kits. And then the project that has by far seen the most progress is also a very recent new start, and I can't explain why, but I love stitching on this, and that is my Yin and Yang river scene, which is a chart I got off an Etsy store called Puck's Closet. And yes, love the colors on this. It's a round full coverage, and I dyed my fabric for this. I talked about this in my last episode, so I'm excited about the dye job, and I put a ton of work into the piece, as you can see here. So I started the chart in the middle. I'm stitching this also. This is a 25 count 1/1 full cross, but with CXC. But then I decided, because I've gridded quite a big area here, to kind of just start in the topmost 10 by 10 square that I had gridded here, and then just kind of work my way across. Because what is happening here, this is actually the top line of this little mountain range here. And I'm not stitching the background. So I'm just kind of curious, or I want to just define this line and kind of crop out that area where I'm not stitching. So I realized I actually gridded a bit off the part that won't be stitched. So I really hope that these come out. But this is I think this is a water removable pen. So yes, because yeah, this is basically the top line of stitches here. So I'm excited to have found that and kind of stitch along there. And yeah, I put how many stitches? 1,784 stitches since last time. So yes, I really love stitching on this, even though there's a ton of confetti in this. But it's just very enjoyable. I don't know if it's the fabric or what, but I just love it. And I do like the CXC as well on the 25 count. It is fuller coverage for sure than the DMC, but it's not too thick. So yay, pretty happy with that. So yeah, that is all the cross stitch projects I have for you guys. I hope I wasn't racing it too much, but I'm really trying because I don't have a ton of time today. But I also wanted to show you some knitting that I did. because when I was away for the weekend with my family, I like to bring some knitting because I just find that a little bit more sociable, I guess, because you can still talk while you're knitting without being glued to a pattern or your stitches. You just have to look there, right? But knitting you can do without kind of looking at it. And yeah, and I'm super excited. And honestly, I don't even know where I was last time, but I think this has seen a lot of process, and I don't even know how to show you, because I think the last time I showed this to you, and this is going to be a sweater for my son, I just barely put the sleeves and the body together on one needle, but I've since completed the yoke. And I'm now working my way up with the hood, which is a bit of a weird construction, but it's all going to be closed at the back with like a button band, basically. So that's why you're knitting the hood, because this is the front, right? This will be kind of where the head goes. And yeah, I'm working this 2 at a time, so to speak, but I'm always one color ahead on the one side. Oh, I'm showing you from the back, sorry, with all my messy hanging threads, because the arms, the way I knit those, I also did them at the same time. So I was working kind of with 2 strands coming off of one ball, which is kind of a little bit aggravating. And now I kind of had the idea, and I think it's working quite well, to just stitch one stripe or knit one stripe with one color and then go over, start that color, and then, I don't know, I suck at explaining this, but you can see what I've done, right? So I stitched the whole color here, and now I'm going to go over and start the color here, and then I'm gonna knit the color here, and then I'm going back to there and kind of just alternate knitting them. So yay, very excited, love it. So good progress here. I'm really trying to get this one done for Christmas for my son, so I can gift it to him and he can actually wear it in the remainder of the winter. That would be great. My daughter's actually currently wearing hers. So yes, love this project. It's a bunch of scrap yarns, but also some like hand spun of mine, and I'm knitting this on 3mm needles from Chaogu, which are my absolute favorite. I love these needles. And another knitting project, and I'm really excited because I'm starting to gain some steam on this project again, which I've been waiting for because I love it, but it's a huge, humongous project. And yeah, I just lost my mojo on it. And yeah, I'm very excited because I finished 2 more squares off my Polar Nights blanket. If you've been following me since my knitting days, you will know this project because I've talked about it a lot. But if you're only been here since my cross-stitch journey started on this channel, you probably won't have seen this. So yeah, this pattern, I'll insert how kind of a finished blanket will look like, is based on the Indian Nights blanket by Janice Hope. And I basically just took the layout and the construction of her blanket, but then redesigned all the charts to represent northern animals and things that just remind me of my northern expeditions, trips, whatever you want to call it, in my earlier career, I guess, before I switched to just working as an engineer. So yay, I finished 2 more squares and I'm very excited. I need to knit 2 more of this particular pattern. I have a ton more to go, but yes, I've had fun with this. I had this one barely started. I think I was like in the very beginning rows, which is the most fiddly point, which I guess that is why then I kind of got stuck on there and never felt like continuing then. But once you're in bigger rounds, it's really, I love knitting color work. Like some people find it very intimidating and complicated, but for me it's super soothing because, I don't know, it's not as boring as just stocking it, but at the same time, if you have a repetitive pattern like this, I guess I should add, it's really soothing to knit and you're slightly engaged, but also you don't need to be that engaged. So yay, very, very excited that I've worked on this project again. And that is all my projects. But guess what? Just before I started record or hit record on the camera, some haul arrived and let me get that out of the ugly box. Because I might have splurged just a little bit. So I guess the biggest ticket item that I splurged on, and man, I hate this. I mean, I complained about this the last time already. But I got some more nerd hoops. So I ordered with Cross Stitch Corner again. And as I was saying last time, they pick the colors for you. But I wanted more nerd hoops because as I said, I don't like switching my hoops and I keep starting new projects. So I just wanted to have more so that all my projects basically can have their own hoop. And I really like the number 4 and the number 3. So they sent me that lovely green, which I'm not a huge fan of, but oh well, they choose the colors for you. And then I got 2 sizes that I don't have yet, the 2 and the number 1. So yay, I'm excited to try these out. Actually, now that I hold this in my hand, I think I really like the number 2. I was kind of more curious to get the number 1 actually, because I've been stitching my 46 count project because the area you're stitching in is tiny. I was kind of thinking to use this size for this project. And I just love my nerd hoops. And I've been using like a super old wooden hoop, which is, I think is more of a decorational frame kind of piece. So yay. I'm excited to try these. This was like a Christmas present to myself, getting a few more hoops, but I didn't stop there because I was telling you about my planned new start and the hope I could find an opalescent blue-gray fabric to start my snowman piece on. And I don't know if you watched Anna's latest episode, but she actually started on an opalescent fabric and immediately restarted on a different fabric, because she said she got super distracted by the opalescent. But despite her warning, I was just so curious. I just wanted to get an opalescent myself. And then I was like, why don't I just get a white opalescent? Because I couldn't find the dye that I was interested in. And then try my hand at dyeing again and do it with crushed ice. I think I want to do the whole ice dyeing again. Hang on, let me just take this out. Maybe I get my perfect fabric. So let's see if we can get... Oh, no. Can you see the glitter? I think you might be able to see the glitter. I'm not sure. I always think you never see it, and then when I edit, you actually can. So yay, I just got a white Zweigart cut opalescent. It's called Iris, at least the name, white Iris. It never says on the actual packaging, which is kind of weird. But yeah, this is the number in case you guys are curious. And yeah, this is a 25 count as well, which I think will be good. Even though with the ice dyeing, I never said that, but the cool thing with the ice dyeing, which I wasn't even expecting, but for one, I mean, I won't have this here. It left the grid on of my easy guide, because you don't wash it hot, right? You originally put ice cubes on there, and then there's just cold water kind of draining through your fabric. So I guess they got blurry a little bit and maybe a little bit paler, but there's definitely still there, and you could totally still use the grid after the ice dyeing. And the other thing I think lots of people notice with when they're buying hand-dyed fabrics, that the count changes because of the hot water and the threads kind of just becoming tighter, so the count changes slightly towards a higher count. So yes, that's why I wanted to get a 25 count in case I do dye with hot water, that it doesn't shrink too much. That's why I kind of didn't want to have an 28 count. But yes, so but I'm gonna try the ice dye method again and see if I get my perfect fabric on my own, because now I have a white opalescent. So yes, and the last thing, honestly, I don't even remember. What is this? Oh, I got a surprise package. yes, I think this is just gonna be offcuts from their bolts, because you can buy fabric off their bolts in their shop, and you're just gonna get some remaining threads. And I think I went for a mix in the, what was it, even weave category. I think they had an Ada category and an even weave category. So let's just see what I got. But it was a really good deal. Ooh, this looks like 25 count. That's awesome. Yes, so the first piece I got is a 25 count, easy guide. Always good. I don't know how big that piece is, but it looks pretty decent. Yeah, so this is the width. I don't know. It's like 50 centimeters wide. And this is half the length. So I still have double. So I guess 1 meter 40 wide. That's how wide the bolt is. So yes, that's already a win. Because I think I paid like 35 euros for all of this. And I think this piece alone is like probably like 25 or something if you were to just buy this. So this is great because I think I'm actually done with my 25 count. I think I used my last big piece for my full project. So this is awesome. I'm very, very happy with that. And this also looks like a 25. I don't know. I'll have to double check on the count. This looks like a 25 or a 28. I mean, you won't be seeing a whole lot. This is also Zweigart fabric, also an even weave, but just ungridded. A smaller piece, but definitely also big enough for like a full coverage of the size I usually go for. Probably not for like an Amy Stewart 500,000 stitches kind of chart, but yay. Happy with that too. And now again into smaller count. This looks like 32 maybe. But this is great. I'm happy with this. So this is a cream, quite yellow in comparison. So this is like really, really white, right? And this is a cream fabric, ungridded Zweigart. Again, I think either 28 or I think it might be 32. This looks like a 32. So yay, also good. I like it. And the last one, which screams to be wanting to be dyed. I think this looks like a 28 maybe. Is kind of a raw linen look. I think that is linen. And yeah, this screams for a tea dye, coffee dye, kind of similar what I did with my Ragnarok fabric. So yay, very, very happy with this. This is awesome. I like it. So don't regret the surprise package, because I'm not one for surprise packages. I think this is actually a safer option because it's not dyed, as I'm like so color driven. But yeah. Anyways, so that's all. That is my little short interlude. I started working on my Flosstube extra that I was promising, but I'm actually missing. I was interrupted in the middle of it, so I kind of have to film the end of it. But again, as I said, I felt like I kind of needed to catch you guys up on all my projects to not have like a crazy long video once I do get around it again. So I just wanted to quickly do this now. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you're enjoying the December. In Germany, it's gray and rainy and awful and warm actually. It's like spring temperatures. We have like above 10 degrees Celsius. But they're promising for the fourth Advent, so the last weekend before Christmas, that the temperatures might drop. And they're even saying it might be snowing. So, wow, I don't know. That might be the first white Christmas in years. But I don't hold my breath. But I guess hope dies last. So, hope you're having a nice pre-Christmas time, not too stressful. Hope you have all your presents together and can just enjoy and eat some cookies. We're gonna bake some this weekend, hopefully. And I talk to you later. Bye bye.